And we are back here with more XLB action as we continue along here in week number 5. As we have a matchup of the Buffalo Bad Boys taking on the Boise Ninjas, with Buffalo coming into today with a record of 3-0. The only the only undefeated team left in XLB. Didn't want to give away week 5 spoilers, but it didn't. The only undefeated team left in the XLB. And they'll be taking on Boise, who is 1-3 coming into this one. The legends for the Bad Boys include Kenny Lofton and George Brett. The legends for the Ninjas include Ichiro Suzuki and Randy Johnson. On the mound today for the Bad Boys is Clay Holmes from the New York Mets and Dylan Cease on the mound for the Ninjas from the San Diego Padres. As Kenny Lofton will lead off with Buffalo being in the East and the Ninjas being in the West. My brother is here as he controls the Bad Boys as best he can. What can you do with trying to control Bad Boys? But he controls the Bad Boys. I control the Ninjas. And move this around so you guys can see stuff. There we go. And week 5 continues along here as Kenny Lofton is at the plate against Dylan Cease, a 2-6. So not good for the Ninjas. But Cease will give up a single into right to Lofton to get this one started. So already not a great start.
Stealing.
He's stealing. 48. Runner out stealing. So just caught out. Cease gives up the hit. And then Hunter Goodman with a good throw to get him down. Now Will Smith batting for the Bad Boys. And Cease will strike out Will Smith. Nah. 2 down here in the top of 1 for George Brett. And Brett, he will smack a single into left. So second single of the inning, 1 on here for the Bad Boys, and Pete Alonso at the plate. I think we'll see some stuff about Pete Alonso later on in the game. We'll see if he can spurn that right now against Cease. And Cease will strike out Alonso looking. And that'll do it for the top of 1. 2 strikeouts for Cease here in the first, and we head to the bottom of 1, where Boise will lead it off here at the Dojo in Boise, Idaho. Clay Holmes, a 2-7, taking on Ichiro Suzuki first. And Ichiro will be hit by the pitch. The very first batter of the game.
Hey, we sent out a notice, don't crowd the plate.
Well, I guess, did you send it out in all languages? Because I guess Ichiro did not understand that.
Our jersey should say enough. We're the Bad Boys.
That's true. So Ichiro takes the hit by pitch. 48, that's the only thing. And he's going to take off for second. 44.
Get him, boys.
He's there. Slides into second. So takes the walk after the hit by pitch, steals the base, and now Alex Bregman is up against Holmes with a man on second. And Holmes will get Bregman to ground out to the shortstop. Error 2-10.
Oh, no.
Let's take a look at the Bad Boy defense, where it's Lindor, and that is error 2 for Lindor out there. And that is going to be error 2 with a man on second. Wild throw, batter to second base, and the runner scores. So Ichiro will cross the plate. Bregman gets on with the error caused, and Lindor will have to hang the error up. First error of the season for the Bad Boys. And Holmes has done nothing wrong, although I guess that run does go on him. And Bregman on with the error. That'll bring up Aaron Judge now with a man on second. And Holmes will strike out Judge to get himself going here.
Been judged.
So a man still on second here for Wilson Contreras. And Wilson is out of there, and he'll ground out back to the pitcher. OBRA on second goes to third. That is not him.
Oh. Get back. He ran back. He ran to third, then he ran back.
He ran back, yeah. L.A. De La Cruz now 2 down, a man on second. And L.A. De La Cruz will strike out to end the inning. So not your traditional way to do it, but the Boise Ninjas do put a run up on the board. And we head to the top of 2. Let's take a look at the schedule for this week number 5 here in the XLB. Full slate of games. No teams have the week off this week. And it's a pretty good slate of games right there, as I said. Top of 2 where Nick Kurtz will lead off against Dylan Cease. And Kurtz will smack that one high and far, and Kurtz is no out of here. And Cease struggling here early on as the bad boys tie it up here in the top of 2 at the Dojo. Nick Kurtz going yard for the second time this season. The nasty no doubter. Riley Green at the plate. Cease tries to rebound, and Green is out of there barely, and he'll fly out to right. 1 down for Cease here in the second. Sal Frelick at the plate, and Cease will get Frelick to ground out to short. Error 5-10. Let's take a look at the Ninjas defense. L.A. De La Cruz, error 4. So ground out to short. He bobbles it, he gathers it, and then he gets the out.
It's got a cannon.
That's right. Francisco Lindor, who had the error in the bottom of 1 that gave up the run. Cease will strike out Lindor to end the top of 2. Third strikeout for Cease, but the bad boys get a run to tie this one up. Bottom of 2 we go. Trent Grisham will lead off. Grisham against Clay Holmes. And Grisham will strike out. Second strikeout for Clay Holmes. Yandy Diaz at the plate. And Diaz is out of there as he'll fly out to deep left. And Riley Green going to take that home run away with a nice catch. Jumping at the warning track. That'll bring up Hunter Goodman with 2 down. PBCD for Goodman. And he will hit a double. So the catcher for the Ninjas gets a 2-out double. First hit of the day for Boise here in the bottom of 2, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Bryce Turang. Turang will strike out, and that will end 2. Tied up at 1, 3 strikeouts apiece for these pitchers as we head to the top of 3. And the 9-hole hitter for Buffalo leading off, Jackson Holliday against Dylan Cease. And Holliday is out of there as he'll ground out to the shortstop. 1 down here in the third for Kenny Lofton. Lofton got on, then got caught stealing. Lofton will strike out. That is not something that happens often with that card once you get it on there. 4th strikeout for Cease will bring up Will Smith. And Will Smith will hit a single into right. Ooh, appropriately timed audience reaction in the ambient video I'm listening to.
Did they cheer?
Yeah, they went, oh. As I kill a bug behind the screen. 1 on, 2 down for George Brett here against Dylan Cease. And Cease will give up a single into right. So now first and second for Pete Alonso. And Alonso will strike out looking. Almost broke out of it right there. Instead gets his 5th strikeout for Dylan Cease. Bottom of 3 we go. Top of the lineup, Ichiro Suzuki hit by the pitch in his first at bat. And Holmes will give up a single into right to Ichiro. Second hit of the day for the Ninjas. Ichiro is going to take off for second. And he's there. So 2 stolen bases for Ichiro. He's been active on the base path today. And once again for Bregman, a runner on second with nobody down. And Holmes will give up a single into left to Bregman. Into left, I think that's the bad boy's worst thrower. Yeah, Riley Green, T2. 11-62. Yeah, we'll go for it. And he's in there. So Ichiro will score. And Bregman will drive him in. As Holmes cannot stop Ichiro from crossing the plate. That'll bring up Aaron Judge now. And Holmes will get Judge to line out to the shortstop. Frozen rope. Right over second base. One on, one down. You like that play?
Yeah.
Good rotation there. Clay Holmes will give up a single into left to Contreras.
Golly dog it.
Golly dog it, the bad boys manager says.
PG video.
Yeah. That'll bring up Ele De La Cruz, 2 on, 1 down. Holmes will get De La Cruz to ground out to first. And that's a double play. Didn't have a doubt, but De La Cruz is fast, so just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you.
But another run on the board here will put Boise out in front. And now here in week 5, we roll out our new marketing campaign. As the 4th inning, once a week, there's going to be a game. That will be the Sloan Construction Grand Slam inning. And it's going to be the 4th inning here of this Buffalo Bad Boys versus Boise Ninja game. Pretty simple. If anyone hits a home run in this game, leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and you'll be registered to win a $10 gift card from Amazon at the end of the season. If anyone hits a grand slam in this game, leave a comment on this video, and you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card to Amazon. So that's only if somebody hits a home run this inning. But if they do, you want to make sure that you leave a comment down there in the comment section on this video. And
home or away team?
Home or away team, yes. Sloan Construction, very, very grateful for them. And Nick Kurtz, who homered in his last at bat, will lead off the 4th here.
Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. No pressure.
Cease will get Kurtz to single into center. Why would Cease do that? Why would he let him do that? 6th hit of the day for the Bad Boys, as Riley Green's at the plate now. And Green will strike out. Oh, my. A lot of strikeout numbers on there. 1 on, 1 down for Sal Frelick. And Cease will get Frelick to ground out to first to the pitcher. No, wait. It was left natural. I apologize. Flies out to right. I'm so used to everybody being a power hitter. 1 on, 2 down for Francisco Lindor. And Cease will get Lindor to fly out to right. Leadoff man gets on, but Cease shuts him down after that. Bottom of 4 we go, where Trent Grisham will lead off for the Ninjas. And Holmes will get Grisham to line out to third.
Hard hit balls.
Indeed. That'll bring up Yandy Diaz. And Holmes will give up a single into right to Diaz. 5th hit of the day for the Ninjas, as they've got 1 on now for Hunter Goodman. Holmes will walk Goodman. 2nd walk of the day after he hit Ichiro with the first pitch. And now Goodman's on 1st and 2nd here for Bryce Turang. PBCD for Turang, and he'll strike out. 4th strikeout of the day for Holmes will bring up Ichiro Suzuki with 2 on. And Ichiro will slap a single. Into right, and that's T5 with OBRC. 11-56. Now, we're going to win somebody $50, Jason. Alex Bregman at the plate with the bases loaded. And Holmes. Well, wild pitch. That will bring in a run. Diaz will cross the plate, and the wild pitch goes on the pitcher or the catcher?
Pitcher.
Pitcher, which we don't keep track of those errors. So runners advance, a run scores, and now Bregman's still at the plate. And Holmes will get Bregman to fly out the left in the inning. But still another run on the board here for the Ninjas, and that'll do it for the Sloan Construction Grand Slam inning. Tune in for week 6 as we do that once again. No homers here in the Sloan Construction Grand Slam inning. 3-1 the score on the board. Buffalo at the plate. Jackson Holiday leads off here at the top of the 5th against Dylan Cease. And Cease will give up a single into center to Holiday. 7th hit of the day for the Bad Boys, and Kenny Lofton at the plate. And Lofton will ground out to third, and he'll be safe at first, though. So runner out at second, Lofton safe at first.
Let's try and steal again.
33, he'll be there. Speed A gets there. So Lofton, with his first stolen base of the day, will bring up Will Smith with a man on second. And Smith will strike out. 7th strikeout of the day for Dylan Cease, as 1 on, 2 down for George Brett. And Brett will be out as he pops up to the shortstop. So again, Cease makes it exciting, but manages to get out of it. That'll bring up Aaron Judge to lead off the bottom of 5. And Judge, PBBD, will strike out. 5th strikeout of the day for Holmes. That's the guy you want with PBBD, though. Just did not get it there. Wilson Contreras. And a Wilson will strike out as well. Back-to-back Ks for Clay Holmes. L.A. De La Cruz. And L.A. And he will strike out, and Clay Holmes will strike out the side here in the 5th. Action in the bullpen for the Ninjas as we go to the top of 6 here. Pete Alonso will lead off against Cease. And Alonso will take a walk.
Way to work it.
Now the tying run at the plate, and Nick Kurtz. Cease will stay out there. And Kurtz will smack a double into center. I doubt you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, I'm good.
That'll be it for Dylan Cease, as he'll make way for Gabe Spire to check in. And he'll inherit these 2 runners. Cease on the hook for both of them on 2nd and 3rd as Riley Green's at the plate.
I thought Devin Williams was warmed up.
And then we switch, Gabe Spire. So Green.
Dang it.
And Spire will give up a single into right to Green, and that will score Pete Alonso. So the hit given up by Spire. That run goes to Cease. Now Sal Frelick at the plate. Corners are in. Middle of the infield, double play depth. PBBD for Frelick, and he'll strike out. First out of the inning. Same defensive setup for Lindor. And Spire will get Lindor to ground out to second, and that'll do it. Double play to get him out of the inning. Spire does a good job, gives up the run, keeps it at 3-2 as we head to the bottom of 7. Or excuse me, 6. Trent Grisham to lead off against Clay Holmes. Holmes trying to stay in there and get this win. Holmes will give up a single into left to Grisham. 7th hit of the day for the Ninjas. They'll bring up Yandy Diaz. Holmes will strike him out looking. 8th strikeout for Holmes. 1 on, 1 down for Hunter Goodman. And Goodman is out of there as he will ground out to second, and that will be a double play. So Holmes is able to get out of it. Through 6, the score 3-2. Let's take a look at some players that have had a slow start to this season, including the Buffalo Bad Boys, Pete Alonso. And as you can see, Pete has 1 hit and 1 walk this season, and he scored a run both times he got on. And in the previous inning, he took a walk and came across the plate for a run. So every time Pete Alonso gets on base, he has scored a run this season, but it has been a slow start for him.
Okay.
Top of 7, Jackson Holliday against Gabe Spire. And Holliday will hit it a single into left.
Jackson.
So Spire puts the leadoff man on for Kenny Lofton. Spire will strike out Lofton.
Ooh.
Second strikeout of the game for Spire. That'll bring up Will Smith. 1 on, 1 down. Spire will strike out Will Smith. And now 1 on, 2 down for George Brett. And Brett is out of there as he will ground out back to the pitcher. No air, though. That'll do it for the top of 7. Bottom of 7th we go with Bryce Turang set to lead off. Clay Holmes trying to stick around and get this win. Okay.
Jeff Hoffman.
Jeff Hoffman will check in. I already ran that card before you said time, so I'm going to burn it.
I saw it. No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. No. Then Turang will get it on his card here against Hoffman. And he'll strike out. I think we should have burnt it, but okay.
I saw the second card. You didn't.
Damn. 1 down here in the 7th. Back to the top of the lineup. And Ichiro Suzuki against Hoffman. And Ichiro is out of there as he will pop up to the catcher. Classic Ichiro.
That's how you do it, Jeff.
Popping up to the catcher. 2 down for Bregman. Hoffman will let Bregman single into center. Bregman's been a tough out this season. Came into today batting .500. He's batting .500 in the game. That'll bring up Aaron Judge. 1 on, 2 down. Hoffman will strike out Judge to end the 7th. Second strikeout for Hoffman will get us into the 8th. Where Tyler Kinley will check in. Tyler Kinley in here for the 8th. He'll take on the heart of the lineup. Pete Alonso leading off for the Bad Boys. And Kinley will give up an infield single to Alonso. And you know what that means. Every time Alonso has been on base, he has scored a run.
Oh,
Nick Kurtz, 1 on, nobody down. Kinley will strike out Kurtz. Riley Green at the plate. Kinley will get Green to line out to first base. 2 down for Sal Frelick. Kinley will strike out Frelick. So he puts the leadoff man on, and this time Pete Alonso does not cross home plate. Bottom of 8 we go. 3-2 the score. Part of the lineup due up for the Ninjas. Wilson Contreras against Jeff Hoffman. And Contreras is out of there. He'll line one right back to the pitcher.
Lucky Jeff caught it.
Yeah,
Look at that.
He doesn't make a lot of plays. I'll bring up L.A. De La Cruz. And L.A. is out of there as he'll ground out to short. Two down now for Trent Grisham. And Hoffman will get Grisham to pop up to second. 3 up, 3 down here in the 8th. Top of 9 we go. A 1-run game, and Peter Fairbanks checks in for the Ninjas. He'll take on Lindor, Holiday, and Lofton. Lindor at the plate to take on Fairbanks. There's a piece of hair or something stuck in my mouse. Time? There we go. Lindor at the plate against Fairbanks. PBCD for Lindor, and he will strike out.
Oh my goodness.
One down for Jackson Holiday. And Fairbanks will get Holiday to ground out to short. So 2 down for Kenny Lofton. Fairbanks will get Lofton to fly out to right to end this game. 3-2, manufacturing some runs. The Boise Ninjas will get this win, and it's going to be Dylan Cease getting the W. Gabe Spire getting a hold. Tyler Kinley getting a hold. And Peter Fairbanks getting the save. Clay Holmes will hang the loss. MVP of this game is going to be...
Not even paying attention.
Who wasn't paying attention?
Me.
I guess MVP is going to be Ichiro. 2 stolen bases, 2 hits, 2 runs. Got hit by the pitch on the very first play of the game and scored on it after that. So, not a great game from Ichiro, but certainly one that nets him the MVP of this one. That will move the Boise Ninjas to 2-3 on the year as they try and hang in the West. And now, just 5 weeks into the season, and we have no undefeated teams left in the XLB. Parity at its best, folks. As we move forward in Week 5, we keep going. Thanks for watching. Tune in for more Week 5 action as we roll along.